and welcome back to Tabletop Standard, the small channel of epic games. Now, if like me, you love Adeptus Titanicus, and I'm sure you do, one of the greatest rule sets ever written. It came out with lots of campaign books, all different war zones from the Heresy where the God Engines fought. Absolutely fantastic. I love these. But we are missing the final book, The Siege of Terror. For me, that would complete the edition, and it would be final and beautiful and everything you need. And with that, we're missing out on the Legio Invigilata, formed during the last days of the Heresy. Legio and Invigilata were formed during the Siege of Terror. The shattered Legios walked together. These were mainly made up from engines from the Legio Amaranth, Atarus, Defensor, and Griffonicus, and led by the Great Mother of Solaria, Esha Ani Mahana, not that one, as well as other engines that feared to walk due to the fact that if they fell, they would be the last in their line of engines from their own Legio. So with that, I got to it and I made up some rules. You can play Legio and Invigilata. You can take any loyalist engines in your collection, put them together, and play Titanicus as Invigilata in those last days. Let's have a look what I've come up with. So there you go, 2 pages. So on the left is a page of lore, and I've just taken that from the 40k wiki, and that gave me the basis of everything I needed to know to then write the rules on the right hand side, which is a stratagem, 2 traits, some equipment, and a princeps trait. Pretty simple. So let's start with the stratagem for the Emperor, and I base this around the fact that, you know, it is desperate. Ammunition might be running low, so close combat, we're getting stuck in now. It does say in the lore that they were equipped a lot with melee weapons and melter cannons, which I've also reflected in the equipment bit as we move on. But let's have a look at this. So stratagem for the Emperor. It's 2 points to use, and basically when an enemy unit declares a charge, play this stratagem. The Invigilata player can stop the enemy unit during its charge move, then choose any Titan to enact its own charge. It must have a charge order, adding 1 to the reactor plus any reactor dice rolls. This move will stop the enemy unit's move, and the Invigilata Titan may attack immediately. Then you go through that, and then the enemy unit may attack back if it's alive, but will only receive the bonus attacks for how much it moved before, so try and keep an eye on that before it was stopped. And it's got to be within arc, because you might enact your charge in the flank or rear, and it may not attack back at all, especially if you kill it. So yeah, for the Emperor and Invigilata, getting stuck in. Then we have 2 traits. So the first one is Cohesive Disrupted. So organising engines from different legios to form mana pools was no easy task and required strong princeps to manage this. So effectively you've got all these different engines from different legios. You know, they've never worked together, they don't understand each other's ways and how they do things. So unless you had a strong princeps, it might have been a little bit disorganised, to say the least. So while the chosen princeps is alive in the battlefield, all engines receive +1 to their command value, keeping them in check. But should that princeps be destroyed, all engines will be -1 to their command value for the rest of the battle. And then under 1 banner, most engines assembled during the creation of Legio Invigilata came from the Legios of Solaria, Griffonicus, Atarus, Defensor, and Amaranth, not to mention stragglers from other legios that made it to Terra. To represent this, select or roll for, if the Legio has 1 or more trait, a single Legio trait from that Legio that matches your princeps. So when you build your army or your battle group or your Titans, I'm going to assume are painted, you take any loyalist engines from your collection and you pick one to be your princeps, and whatever you've painted that as, say it's Griffonicus, you can pick a trait from Griffonicus and that will reflect on your battle group. If your princeps is from a legio like Amaranth or a homebrew that doesn't have its own traits, you can roll for a single custom trait, Majoris or Minoris from the campaign compendium, but none of the traitor ones. And then equipment, enhanced melee. So the Legio Invigilator's assault maniples were primarily armed with Titan grade weapons like chain fists, power claws and melter cannons, which was what I was alluding to earlier. So all Titans armed with weapons with the melee trait can upgrade them to +1 strength when they charge for 10 points per weapon. Melter cannons can be upgraded to attacks 2 and draining for 20 points per weapon. So I'm not sure how well that 20 points fits in. That can always be adjusted. You can do that yourself if you find it's too much, not enough, probably not enough. And we'll see. You can let me know in the comments if you actually ever use these rules. And then a princeps trait, newfound strength. A Titan with this trait may smash attack as well as attack with a weapon with the melee trait when it completes a charge. So I'm still going down that whole desperation, getting in close combat kind of vibe. If you don't want to use that, whatever Legio your princeps is, whatever it's painted up as, you may roll or choose on a trait table for their original Legio. So dead simples, really, not much to it. So there you go, that's my interpretation of what I think Legio Invigilata might look like on the tabletop. Me and Steve have got plans to do some battle reports using these rules, so I actually get to have a go and see if it works out. If you think they're any good and you have a go yourself, please let me know in the comments what you think. And if you think they're crap and you think they should look different or Vigilata should play in a different style, then again, let me know in the comments. I look forward to it. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you again for more thrill spills and engine kills.